Who are your closer friends, and what keeps you close to one another?
I really don't have many friends, honestly, and I'm not sad about it. I really don't want that many friends. Allison is definitely my closest friend because we've gotten closer because we go to the same church. I have to say, friends, plural, it definitely has to be like Allison, Hannah, and then I have two friends that also believe like we do that live in Phoenix, Arizona. And they're pretty cool. What keeps us close? I think it's the fact that we all like kind of believe the same thing, and that we're just kind of real with each other. None of us are really like fake. So I feel like you can tell whenever someone's like not for real, and we're all definitely like for real with each other. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I have a few close friends. I'm just gonna go ahead and list them off. So I have, their names are Luna, which you're gonna know Luna, and Hannah, and Amanda, and Zoe. They've always been really close, and I've known most of them my whole life. I really haven't known Luna, think I was 9 or 10, one of those two when I met her. And we weren't the bestest of friends because of the people that I was already hanging out with. They didn't like Luna.
So I want to say that these people that Allison is talking about that she was hanging out with that didn't like me, but then they were telling Allison that they didn't like me, and then they were telling me that they didn't like Allison. I think we're both very glad that we decided to be friends with each other instead of those people. But yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Me and Luna always had this weird friendship connection, and I could never stay away from her. So we've always been the bestest of friends. So what keeps us close to one another? I guess just talking and talking to each other about things that we like to do, and that always trusting each other, which is kind of a difficult thing. Trusting each other.
Have you ever had disagreements or tensions with friends? How do you navigate that? What brought you peace?
Okay, I've definitely had some disagreements and big tension with a few of my friends. We navigated we gotta tell each other things that we might not want to tell them, but we know that we can trust them and that we can tell them. It's still, and it's what brought you peace? It's still some disagreements are still in my head, but what brings me at peace is because I know that they've forgiven me, even if it's not right now, that later they can trust me again, or I can trust them again.
But because Allison and we see each other a lot, Allison and I have definitely fought, we've definitely fought, not fist fights, but there's definitely been verbal fist fights. How did you navigate it? Well, honestly, we just kind of let it fix itself, time, because we're so close, we're just kind of dumb when we do disagree on something, or Allison's not in a good mood one day, or I'm not in a good mood, and then it makes the other person mad because you kind of treat them like it's their fault. So it just kind of, yeah, that's happened. What brought you peace? Honestly, it's just the fact that we're both okay, this has to stop, and we both agree, so that's kind of just makes you feel better.
How have you responded to jealousy over the years? Have you ever been jealous of someone else? Has someone else ever been jealous of you?
Have I been jealous of someone else? Of course. In the past. I'm not jealous of people anymore because jealousy is a beast. And it's not good. But I definitely used to want other people's lives. Oh, I wish I was as pretty as this girl. Oh, I wish I was as skinny as this one. It was just why can you have that and I can't, because I've never had the best metabolism. I can lose weight if I starve myself, and I'm not doing that. I just realized I'm not fat. I'm just not a steak like other girls are. So it's definitely something that I always thought if someone was super skinny, I was why am I not like that? But I don't really want that anymore. Has anyone ever been jealous of you? I don't know. You don't just go up to people and say, hey, I'm jealous of you. So I'm not really sure. What my family would tell me is that because I got to be homeschooled and other people don't really get that because other people want that, a bunch of people stopped liking me when I stopped going to school, and we just all kind of supposed it was because of that, but I honestly don't know and I don't care anymore.
So I am one of the worst people when it comes to jealousy because I'm always jealous and that's not a good thing. I get jealous of people like really easily if they look they look really nice. They have like a good body, you know. I'm just like, man, I really wish I could have that. Or like they have something that I want. I'm like, I really want that, you know. Always jealous of like maybe someone has a best friend that I want and I want him, you know, like, you know. I've definitely, I think I know at least one person that has been jealous of me before. It was because of a friend that I had and they wanted that friend and they actually, let's just say they really took away that friend. Um, haven't talked to them since because it really hurt when they did that and I thought they were really good friends.
What's your favorite hymn? Hymn and
I don't, I don't really know. Like, I have a Christian song that I really like, but a hymn was like, I don't know. If it is well as a hymn, I'll definitely say that one.
It's definitely How Great Thou Art. I love this band. Ma, what's the? I don't know. It's okay. She's busy. I don't know who covers it, but it's the most beautiful song I've ever heard. I love singing it. So definitely How Great Thou Art is my favorite hymn.
Do you have a hero and who is it?
I'd say whenever they asked me this in school, when I went to school in the 3rd grade, we had to do like a little newspaper thing. I said my hero was God, and it definitely is. But if you want to like person heroes, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Because I look up to like everyone in my family, like my grandpa, my uncle, my mom, my dad. I definitely got my music from my dad and my uncle and my grandpa. My mom never really into the music, but I feel like just if I really had to answer, my grandpa. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with that for now.
I don't really have someone that I look up to other than God. I mean, like, we're talking about celebrities and probably, but I really look up to God. And
What's your favorite book? It doesn't.
I do, I do really like Psalms. Psalms has always been one of my favorites. Probably will be for a really long time. But there's there's another one I think, but I can't think of it right now.
It doesn't say Christian book, so I'm gonna tell you my favorite book. Period. It's called Gone by Michael Grant.
This one.
It's a 6-series book, but like 6 books in that series. I bought all of them plus another 6 books, also written by him. It's a series of 3 and a 3. But Gone, the first one. But my favorite one was definitely, I want to say the last one. Last one was good. The bad part about that series is that they continued that series after it should have ended there, but you know they do that a lot with a lot of things.
Have there ever been times when you thought God wasn't coming through and times when you struggled with disappointment or doubt?
I'm pretty sure everyone does that, right? Where you think God's just like, you're not, why are you not doing something for me? If he doesn't want to do it in that moment, he's not going to do it whenever you want, you know? That's what I've realized. Not only with God, but with my family and my parents too. I don't know how to say it. It's like it's God's timing, not yours. Like, if you're like, okay, God, what's a common problem? I'm having a fight with my boyfriend or girlfriend right now. Can you please fix it? And then, like, the next day it's not fixed, and you're like, what? No. Things like that take time, and if it's not time for something to be fixed, it's not going to be fixed. Doubt, for sure. A question that I always ask, I realized that it was a dumb question, and yes, I have gone through doubt. I'm pretty sure everyone has.
Yes, definitely. Yes to both. Sometimes I feel like when something bad's happening, I'm just like, why is this happening? God, why are you with me? Why aren't you like helping me through this? When he is there and he's helping me through there. I struggle with doubt a lot. And disappointment, especially when it comes to like grades and all of that. Like, I doubt sometimes that I'm not going to get a good grade. I doubt that I'm going to get a good grade on this test. Usually when I say that, I get a pretty bad grade on that test. And disappointment when I get that test. I'm like, why did I fail this test? And then I'm like, it's probably because I doubted myself and that I maybe didn't study hard enough or something. And then I start blaming myself. And then I know when I'm blaming myself, I'm blaming God, which isn't good.
What do you miss about the past?
I guess you could say there's a lot of things that I miss about the past. I guess it's just, I I really want to say was being young and having no cares at all. I guess you could say it was staying at home, just hanging out with my animals that I have at home when I was homeschooled. It was really nice just also hanging out with my mom and my dad and just hanging out with my animals, like my dog. I don't think I had a bunny at that time, but I did have chickens and I love chickens, and there was this chicken that didn't like me at all.
I'm sure what everyone misses as being a child, I'm not an adult, so I can't be like, oh, my teenage year. Like, the only thing behind this is being a child. I just miss how, like, when you're a kid, you don't really have to worry about friends or liking a boy or liking, like anything. Like, oh, my favorite, like, my show, like, I have to watch it, like, oh, like, school, like, everything is just so stressful whenever you're, like, older, 5 years old. I just miss, like, being able to have that, like, being able to play with my cousin who was like my brother. He is like my brother. Like, I see him all the time. It's definitely just childhood sometimes so much easier. For some people, I know, but some people's childhood was, like, hard. What I missed about my childhood was just, like, everyone that I know from my family that is gone right now, that passed away, they were there, like, when I was a kid. So it's just kind of, like, it kind of sucks, like, thinking back and knowing how I may have taken some people for granted. I definitely miss how easy everything was as a child.
And this is the last question. It's question 24. If you could rewind, and it's, if you could rewind your life, is there anything you would change?
There's definitely things that I wouldn't have done, but apart from that, I think everything I've ever done wrong has brought me, like, if I wouldn't have done it, that would have been so much better, you know? I'm not gonna say, like, oh, like, no regrets, like, no, like, I do regret it. What I would change is definitely everything that I'm pretty sure everyone would change everything that they've ever done wrong. Unfortunately, we can't do that. So what we have to do is just make a better future instead of reminiscing about our terrible past. I think that's very important. A lot of people are stuck up in the past and what has happened in the past and what could have happened in the past. There's no use in thinking about it, because honestly it just makes your head hurt and it makes you mad, because you can't change it. The only thing you can do is make a better future for yourself, and I think that's what we're all trying to do.
I would definitely say that I wish I, like, knew God more and I didn't keep walking away, and that I didn't go find, like, the wrong friends and, like, these disagreements and fights that I had, that I wish I could fix those too. Well, that concludes my Q&A question. It feels so weird to say that. Okay. Well, that concludes. Okay, well, that concludes my whole question and Q&A. I'm just gonna say Q&A. Okay. Well, that concludes my Q&A. I hope you didn't get bored talking to me. Well, that concludes my Q&A. Really hope you didn't get bored listening to me.
We thought this was a good start for our channel. If you watched all of this 5-hour video that it's going to be, I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to say the name of our channel because we don't know yet. We're not sure yet. But I'm sure by the time this is uploaded, I'll put it, like, right here. Like the rainbow and, like, in SpongeBob. Imagination. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, and I hope it inspired you to also keep going. Don't give up in believing in God. It seems not worth it, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching. All right, goodbye.
Have a great rest of your day.